Well, great day, you lovely people out there in my Bitcoin land. This is Asadah, your Harriet Tubman of crypto queen, whatever you desire to call me. We are here today to make sure that we understand Bitcoin and that we are moving forward with getting it in our lives. But every Wednesday, if you want to see me live, there we have it right there. Go to www.mlstv1.com, all right? Or there's the phone number. So let's get started and learn a little bit about Bitcoin today. Now, a little bit about me. I am the founder of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair, author of Bitcoin for Black People, Beating Black Kids, and with my daughter, we've done Urban Girl Adventures. I'm the chief consultant of Asadah Sense Consulting, and I'm a crypto entrepreneur and educator, big time. So I'm gonna just take you through some things today. We're gonna look at the global scope of Bitcoin, okay, and look at how it's being used around the world. We're gonna go through some crypto definitions, because you need to know what you are talking about. And then we're going to look at how the wealthy are using Bitcoin, how if you have a business, you could be accepting Bitcoin, and how other businesses are doing that, and then how you can actually build it the way we build it, all right? Now, I'm not a financial advisor, know that. This data is for informational purposes only, and it's not intended to substitute you obtaining accounting, tax, or financial advice from a professional tax or financial planner. You can use your money at your own discretion and your own risk. That just means, hey, you are in charge and you make decisions on how you want your money to grow. Now, let's look at what's happening with Bitcoin globally. I think that's extremely important. And let's just watch this short video.
The digital world is a part of our DNA now. It's how we share our experiences, how we consume our entertainment, how we stay in touch with our loved ones. This is how we used to send letters, to travel, to make phone calls and shoot movies. Mankind invented software and technologies, breaking every distance, border, difficulty, and pulling the world instantly closer together. But what about banking? Think about it. Billions of people in the world have no access to financial tools. Borders and the system create barriers. We trusted banks, but they collapsed time and time again. They take hundreds of billions in fees from us. Bitcoin doesn't care where you're born, what color your skin is, or where you are in the world. It's an open network. It's maintained equally by people all over the world. Anyone can verify the transactions, and it happens instantly. For just a few cents, you can send any amount of money to anywhere in the world. Bitcoin is a global community of inclusion, an invitation to participate in an open world. Join us today, start a Bitcoin wallet, and help us shape the future.
Help us shape the future. That's what we're looking at, all right? Thinking in futures, because present, you don't want to look at that right now. It ain't too cute, but the future looks very bright if you do it with Bitcoin. I love to talk about this little quote from Richie Etwaru. Very, very, very interesting is not the word. I love listening to him on TED Talk. He's going to give you a bevy of data about Bitcoin that you can understand. But he said Bitcoin looks like the internet did 40 years ago. 40 years ago, about 9 years old, I didn't know anything about the internet. And that's just how people are about Bitcoin. Most people don't know what it is, how it functions, but that is about to change in short order, especially as you get this information and begin to share it. So I'm going to make sure after today, there are 5 things that you definitely understand about this Bitcoin world. 1, you're going to know the meanings of words in this industry. I am going to show you 2 ways that you can build your wealth in Bitcoin. I'm also going to show you how to take a one-time small amount of money and turn it into large sums of continual money, okay? Also, we'll look at the amounts of money that you can actually make on your own terms. It's your choice. Now, no ceiling. And then the steps to getting started. We're going to go over that as well. Now, money is changing again, people. We used to use cowrie shells. Now they went to paper money. That's what we're used to in this lifetime. But it's going to digital money. It's going to Bitcoin. It's going to cryptocurrency. Not going to, it is. You can buy cars and everything in it, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, let's go over this definition, cryptocurrency. It's a digital currency or decentralized system of exchange that uses advanced cryptography for security. So think about peso, dollar, yen. These are all currencies of different countries, but cryptocurrency is digital. The money is turning digital, okay? We've already become accustomed to doing transactions digitally, whether it be Cash App or direct deposit. We are used to it. A lot of people say, I don't even have any cash on me. You can see we're already in that digital world of money. Cryptography. It's the procedures, processes, methods of making and using secret writing as codes or ciphers. So cryptography is the science behind the cryptocurrency. It is what makes it safe, encryption, when the security, and when you're doing something digitally. So yeah, cryptography is the science behind the cryptocurrency that makes it safe, okay? Decentralized, to distribute the administrative powers or functions of a central authority over a less concentrated area. What does that mean, Asadah? Well, when money is centralized, it's like the money we have now. That means that there's a CEO over it, there's a government over it, Federal Reserve for us. We got to be clear that that's centralized, but Bitcoin is decentralized. That means that no one's over it. The only ownership is when you get it, you owning your own money, okay? Now, let's take a look at this video because you're gonna see some people you know, but Bitcoin is being used by a lot of affluent folks, and we need to be in that group. But let's take a look at not only who's in the video, but what they're saying, what the predictions are, and understanding that this is no small thing.
Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill. Okay? We are entering a completely world of uncharted water.
Have you made any investments in Bitcoin?
So, I mean, I own Bitcoin in my hedge fund. I own Bitcoin in my fund. I own Bitcoin in my private account. It is a huge deal. It's a huge, huge, huge deal. Because what you're talking about right now is for the next 3 to 5 years, an unbelievably better store value. It is gold 2.0.
I think this is a currency that's really going to work eventually.
Well, I think it is working, and there will be other currencies like it that may be even better. But in the meantime, there's a big industry around Bitcoin, and people have made fortunes out of Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, there is no Bitcoin company. There is no Bitcoin building. There's not even a Bitcoin server anywhere that you could shut down. It is completely distributed. That's what's unique about Bitcoin. It is, for the first time, a way for the two of us to exchange value online without a third-party intermediary. Until the invention of Bitcoin, for you and me to exchange money online, we had to employ a third party, like PayPal, like Visa, like MasterCard, right? And we live in the 21st century. If we want to have a video call to China, we can do that for free. But to send a couple $100, which is essentially just ones and zeros being moved around, costs 5% plus takes over a day.
Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency in that you don't have to be physically in the same place. And of course, for large transactions, currency can get pretty inconvenient.
You'll see Bitcoin trading at 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Rick Falkvinia does an excellent analysis. He predicts that Bitcoin will capture between 1 and 10% of the global Forex market, which implies a price of between $100,000 to $1 million per Bitcoin. Most of the people who are on the sidelines not buying Bitcoin today will start to buy Bitcoin when it gets over 1,000. And then a greater percentage of people will definitely plow into Bitcoin when it starts to get over 10,000.
Still predicting Bitcoin, $10,000 per Bitcoin in 3 years.
Saras, he is the CEO of Zappo, which is a Bitcoin wallet and Bitcoin vault.
I think it's mostly a very positive thing. I think we're going to see ups and downs like with any other emerging technology. But I think Bitcoin is here to stay, and it makes sense that it be taxed and treated like any other.
So let's make a bold call here. In 10 years, what do you think Bitcoin will be worth? One Bitcoin.
Between $500,000 and $1 million.
A lot of people are just seeing the charts and thinking how high will it go. But what I'm doing is counting backwards. I mean, this is a transactional this is a transactional currency and it is a store of value. As such, it is a product and a service competing on a very tangible market for stores of value and for transactional currencies. So what is the size of that market?
Right. And this is important.
And how big a market share can Bitcoin realistically take within a foreseeable time frame? When you ask that question, then you come up with a market cap of Bitcoin total, and then you divide that by the number of Bitcoin in circulation by your estimated time. And seeing how Chinese are buying Bitcoin like crazy, I actually had to adjust this number upwards, but then you come up with a number of about $2 to $5 million per Bitcoin.
I suggest that everyone go back to buy one Bitcoin. Not too much, only one is enough. If everyone in this world, people, just to go back buy one Bitcoin, the Bitcoin value go to the $1 million. When the Bitcoin have $1 million, the all around the world will be crazy, and everyone will be the follow, and the other digital currency just to be be grandson of the Bitcoin. So for me, I think for a lot of people, they don't exactly understand why Bitcoin.
The currency of the future, or is it the payment system they're developing? Bingo! It's the payment system. It's the blockchain encryption, and they're interesting things. I think Bitcoin, or the really blockchain encryption that's behind it, has a greater ability to bring more of the world's population out of poverty than anything we've seen.
If you're new to Bitcoin, take your time to go out there and Google it and learn about it. It truly is one of the most important inventions in the history of humankind, and certainly the most important invention since the internet. Go out there, make a Bitcoin wallet, get involved, start using it, learn about all the positive ways in which this is going to improve the lives of every single person on the planet. Get involved, do it today. It's going to help everybody. Thank you.
They talked about ending world poverty, changing the lives of everyone on the planet. That is huge, and it's different. And getting used to it is going to feel wonderful once we make that decision to put Bitcoin in our lives. So let's just get a clearer definition of what Bitcoin is actually. It's a type of digital currency that uses state-of-the-art cryptography and can be issued in any fractional denomination. So do you have to have a whole Bitcoin when you start? You can. A couple of days ago, Bitcoin was like $6,600. But you can just get a fraction of that. You don't have to have that much money. And that ended up being probably about $111 to start doing Bitcoin in the way we grow it, which I'm going to explain shortly. So you don't have to have a whole Bitcoin. You can have a fraction of it, and it's just a digital currency. The granddaddy, as you heard in the video, the big dog, the one who is worth the most. Now, blockchain. Blockchain is something that you heard in the video, what we just played, but it's just basically a ledger, but here's the definition. It's a continuously growing list of records called blocks, which are linked and secured using cryptography. So what blockchain does for us is it makes it so that we don't have to deal with a middleman. So right now, if I wanted to send you money, I'd probably do it through Zelle or Cash App or some middleman, but with blockchain, I send it right to you. Now, please do know that in at least 23 countries, they don't even accept US dollars. One of the reasons, you guys, is because our money here in America has not been backed by gold since 1971. That's when I was born. So we're talking about half a century, basically, that American money has not been backed by gold. And so it's not accepted. But that Bitcoin is. Now let's take a look at this. These financial institutions are telling you, you want to save with us? Come on down. We're going to give you 1.5% on your money. And if you're another institution, you might get 0.04% on your money. But what we're going to do today is show you how to make 300 to 400% on your money, guys. Okay. Now, look at this here. There are a lot of different institutions that use Bitcoin, that actually accept Bitcoin, including, look at that, Subway, car dealerships. I've had people send me signs, pictures of signs that they've passed by driving car dealerships that say, we now accept Bitcoin. And they can do that because you don't have to pay fees and taxes, and it's not. the red tape and all of the paperwork you don't have to experience if you're paying in Bitcoin. Now, these companies accept Bitcoin, and the list is way longer than this, but here's some logos that you might be familiar to you, including mine. It's over Chicago Book Fair. But Expedia, Subway, KFC, you can get you a chicken wing with some Bitcoin. Gotta love that. But this is called adoption. And if you have a company of your own, you're an entrepreneur, you can actually accept Bitcoin too, which changes the game because you're increasing your audience and you're taking in money that if I pay you $100 in Bitcoin today, when Bitcoin's value goes up, that 100 turns to maybe 125, 150, 200 based on the value of Bitcoin going up. But who ever heard of a transaction even after it's made, continuing to grow? That is a beautiful thing. Now, you can get Bitcoin by yourself, like my girl right there with the knock knees, right? That means that you get, let's say, $100 worth of Bitcoin, and you watch it grow a little bit here and go down a little bit there, and you're basically just depending on the value of Bitcoin going up to make your Bitcoin go up. But if you are like some others of us, we're actually doing it as a group and making Bitcoin grow exponentially. So you could do it by yourself, or you can do it together with us and make your, who would want to make $1,000 a day? Who would want to do that? Would you want to do that? Yes, let's find out how. All right, because we do it through a club that's called the Massive Leverage System. And I love this Bitcoin club because it takes away all of the worry and the franticness that I would be experiencing by myself trying to keep track of the Bitcoin market. But I didn't create this club. It was created by a brother named Darry Perkinson, who we affectionately call Wall Street. And he brings to the table being a master trader. So he has the financial game on lock, including the different types of formats and platforms you can use to gain money, whether it be stocks, whether it be solo 401ks that you personally own. It's a beautiful space because you learn about crypto to the 10th degree. Now, I love that he's a master trader, but he's also a computer engineer, and it makes it so that we learn about our business. Even if you're doing this as a business or a hobby, you are given a computer back office to be able to track everything that happens. And so being a computer engineer is beautiful for us because we don't have to wonder about how we're doing in this space. Now, let me define leverage for you. Leverage, the use of a small initial investment or borrowed funds to gain a very high return in relationship to that investment. So that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to take a small amount of money and turn it into a large amount of money by simply being in this club. So what we do here is that we follow each other because people want to know, how does the money grow? We simply follow each other, and I'm going to show you how that is done. Now, remember I told you that there are two ways that you can make money here? Well, that's a house. Nope, not real estate. But I'm going to liken it to a house because this will give you a better idea and understanding of how money is made here. Some people like to say, they say, is this like a pyramid scheme? And it's like, no, it's not. I promise you that. Because in some of those other business models, what you see is you're at the bottom and somebody's at the top, but you don't really move to the top. Like a regular job, actually. But in this scenario, you're always at the top and money is not being taken from you monthly. So let's just take a look. Now, number one, this club never holds your Bitcoin. That means that you're never waiting to get paid. It's an instant payment system. So as soon as you come to the table, when you come to the table, that Bitcoin went to someone. And when they come through you, that money's coming to you. So let's take a look at that. So you have this house, right? This is you joining the club. And you say, I'm going to take 0.0167 of a Bitcoin, which could be about $110 today. And I'm going to add that annual fee from this club, right? Just like any fee that you pay for Costco or any other membership, but it's annual, it's not monthly. And you say, I'm coming on in. So you do that. Boom, there you go. And you have your house. You say, but I got a lot of space in this house. I got a wing, it's big, so I need to fill it up. So you say to a person, hey, come on and move in my house. And if you come in, I got some benefits for you. But when that person does come to the table, guess what? You're going to give 50% of the Bitcoin that they pay, and you're going to get an additional $49 worth of Bitcoin when they come in. Oh, okay. You do it again, fill up that space. There's another person that moves into the house, and when they come to the table, you're going to get 50% of their Bitcoin and $49 worth of Bitcoin. Now you say you got more house to fill up, and you tell those folks, look, if you help me, I'll give you some money too. I'll make sure you get some Bitcoin. So they say, hey, that's nothing. So let's say person one does do that, and they say, hey, here's a person, and that person moves into that space in the house. Cool, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna get 50% of that, but you are also gonna get 50% of that Bitcoin. But if you're on a roll and you say, hey, I know tons of people too. I can fill up this house myself, but they can help me. But if you actually get tenant number 3 to be yours, you're going to get 100% of the Bitcoin they bring to the table and an additional $49. Same thing's going to happen. If that person number 1 says, hey, I got some money, and they come in, you're going to get 50% of the Bitcoin that that new tenant brings to the table, but you're going to get 100% if in fact you bring them. And that keeps on happening, right? Look at that. Remember I told you if you put your money in Bitcoin, I'm going to show you how to make your money 300 and 400%, right? On your money. Look at that. Bitcoin 5 times goes directly into your wallet. Because look, by the time you fill up the first floor, you've already made your money back that you paid to get in the club. Gotta love that. But what this club does is in that last little room, actually it's big, it's like a, it's a big house. What it does is it takes the money that they pay in and it starts you all over. So now guess what? Now you got 2 houses. And how will that house be filled? Person number 1, person number 2, and all those others are going to follow you. As soon as they finish this process, they're going to follow you right up to the new house. And lo and behold, you all will have cycled. This is called a cycle, okay? So let's look at that definition. It's to change states that upon completion produces a final state identical to the first one. So see that? You filled it all up, you and your tenants, and now you have a new house, and you're going to keep making money like this over and over and over again, all right? Now, here's the second way you make money in this club, and it's upgrading. That means to promote to a higher grade or rank. Now, this is the big dog way right here. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you about my own testimony in a minute when I show you. So there are 10 levels that you can gain money on. Little money or big money, it's totally up to you. Important to realize and important to remember that there are no monthly fees taken out from this process at all. Now, see this first column? Remember I said you just get a fraction of Bitcoin? 0.016 of a Bitcoin. That amount, let's say it's $111, by the time you cycle and that house finishes out, you have made 3 times that amount. Okay, so then what you do to make more money is you take some of that profit and you upgrade to the next level. That's this level, level 1, and you take 0.04 of Bitcoin and you upgrade, and you will be making, when you cycle, 3 times the amount that you paid to get in. So if it's $300 something, you're going to make 3 times that when you come out. Take some of that profit and upgrade to level 2. Take some of that profit and upgrade to level 3. Take some of that profit, upgrade to 4, upgrade to 5, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, level 5 is where the game changes, because I'm in level 5, and at level 5, you're not getting paid half of $100 something. You're getting paid half of the whole of Bitcoin. So you're talking about if Bitcoin is $6,000, that's $3,000 that you're getting. Those of us that are at level 5, we've experienced extreme growth. And I can tell you that my best week in this club, I made like $12,000 in an 8-day period of time. And that's not including what I made throughout the year. So you can make incredible money here by choice. You can come in at the starter level there, that first column, but you can also come in at level 1 if you desire. You can come in at any level you want. You might have more than $111 to start. You can come in wherever you desire and be making money in that particular level of this whole grid. Now, this goes up to level 9, and you see that 36 up top? That 36 exemplifies the amount of Bitcoin you have. 36 Bitcoin? Do the math. If Bitcoin's $6,000 times 36, that's the amount of Bitcoin you can acquire here. But I'm going to show you how you can make even more. Now, see those bottom numbers? That's the amount of Bitcoin you pay to join the level. But the top numbers represent the awarded Bitcoin you get each time you cycle out, which is 3 times that. And that car popped up because at level 5, when you cycle at that level twice, the company's just going to give you an additional $500 worth of Bitcoin just because. You ever had $500 just thrown at you just because? Yeah, it feels wonderful, right? The car's there because that's a car note that you can be paying now with your Bitcoin. Now, this is a chart that gives you a lot of data, but basically it's based on if Bitcoin is worth $6,000 in that range. So this gives you sort of an idea, and these numbers can change. But let's say you pay 0.016 of Bitcoin, right? And let's say that's $96. When you bring 2 people to the table, guys, that's $48 from one person, $48 from another person, plus the $49 for each person. So you're coming out with $194, okay? But if you say, I'm gonna fill up all these bad boys, this whole house, you're gonna come away with a total of $629, and you only put up 96. Remember the one time I told you pay one time and you get that money? Let's go all the way down to the bottom. No, let's go to level 5, guys. Let's go to level 5. You might have put up $6,000, and remember, this is profit, but you're going to be coming away with that $6,000 off the cuff paid back to you, but you can earn up to $15,000 on that level. This money is really real. Some of us have done it. Now, this is how your money grows here, because I don't know a lot of companies where you can show a lot of ways that people make money, but these are the ways that you can make money here. So you can now get rewarded Bitcoin on more than just your second level, because when we first started this company, you only got paid on those tenants that came in at the bottom. That's the only place you got paid. But now you get paid everywhere. It's kind of like you're just referring folks. You refer somebody, you get paid. You refer somebody, you get paid. And remember how when Black Panther came out and we were telling people to go see it and they made those millions and millions of dollars, millions and millions in just a few days? Well, that's the power we have here as well. But the only thing, we didn't get paid for those referrals. You get paid for these. Now you can also make money because you keep cycling all the time. Those houses keep filling up and they keep happening over and over and over again. All right. You're making money here. Also, you're making 300 to 400% on your money every time you cycle out. So it's better than having your money in a savings account. Here, it will multiply exponentially. Now, when Bitcoin increases in value, you're going to see your wallet, that money's going to increase as well. Okay. And even if Bitcoin's value decreases, because we're leveraging, the money grows because people actually come in more when the price gets lower. So you're making money even when Bitcoin's value goes down. Now, once you've gone through all those levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, all of those, you don't have to keep taking profit and upgrading. You're just there, so you're just going to make all of that money without taking any money away. And then by the time you reach level 5, you will have acquired at least 3 Bitcoin when you cycle out. 3 Bitcoin, remember in the video, the guy said, just get 1 Bitcoin. It's going to go up to $1 million anyway per coin, so all you need is 1. But in this company, you can see you can get up to 36 Bitcoin. Or, oh, but wait, no, look at that. If you complete all the levels, right, you will have acquired at least 74 Bitcoin, because you were not only making money at the highest column, but you were continually making money in all of those other levels as well. So now let's just understand what exchange means. It's a place for buying and selling commodities, securities, and cryptocurrencies, meaning you have to buy your Bitcoin from somewhere, and you can't just get it at the grocery store. In a way, because they do have machines now where you can get Bitcoin in the grocery stores. But an exchange is like a Coinbase, a Cash App, a place where you can buy your cryptocurrency. What is a digital wallet? A digital wallet is simply an electronic device, website, or database that stores a consumer's payment data. Okay, so when you come to the table, the way you're going to receive your Bitcoin is in a digital wallet that is yours, that you are in charge of You're in charge of the codes. You're in charge of its safety. Nobody can see it. Now, you are here because you can do this. It's very, very simple. And the way to do it, the easiest way to do this, guys, is that it's only two people that's required for you to bring to the table. Don't trip on two people bringing to the table, because every company that exists, you think they only focused on two people to make the company grow? Not at all. From Walmart to Tide, they're talking to millions of people a day. So in this space, you only have to bring two people, but these are the types of people you should look for. I look for people who like to have fun, because they don't have the scariness and the stuffiness on them to do something that you play a great game, you're going to get a great revenue. I also say choose people who trust you, because they know you would never do anything to harm them. So they'll come to the table. Also choose people who want to build more finance, but with less effort. So if somebody got 4 or 5 jobs, look, they can make revenue here for real on a daily basis if they desire, making more finance, but not giving all the energy you give with all those jobs. Now, I'm a mom of a teen. We got a lot of moms and dads of teens. College is something that you have to pay for. So choose people who want to pay for college or pay off mortgages, all right? Now, there are people who want to get through retirement. Choose those people too, because they need something more secure than a 401k, because that is proven to not help folks the way they thought. So choose folks that are into paying off retirement or having retirement income. You also want to look for people who just want to know about Bitcoin. It's tons of people who want to know about Bitcoin, but they don't know who to go to feel safe. They don't have a trusted source. Once you know, they will come to you as a trusted source. And then also go to people who want to be in charge of their money. They hate the fact that there's a centralized government and somebody that takes their money, takes those taxes or whatever. Those people should have Bitcoin, because they don't have those issues. And then also choose people who want to eliminate global poverty. You got some very cause-oriented folks out there, and making money that you can help to eradicate global poverty with, stellar. They can do it with Bitcoin. Now, these people's images are up here. Why? Because they grew from Bitcoin. Oprah made 500 million in Bitcoin in 2019. Okay, 50 Cent made millions in Bitcoin because he sold an album in Bitcoin, but didn't know that Bitcoin's value was going to grow that high. And he turned around and had millions. Akon, right underneath Nipsey Hussle, because Nipsey Hussle, before he left, he was highly involved in crypto in the Netherlands and around the world. And Akon was given 2,000 acres of land by the president of Senegal to make a cryptocurrency-based city, all right? And Serena, her husband's in crypto, and so is she. Now, what can we do for Black people? And of course, everybody can take and do Bitcoin, but I'm going to focus on my own people because that's just what I do. But we can end poverty. We can fund community programs. We can create our own college funds. We can pay livable salaries to our own skilled workers. We can improve the quality of our schools. We can pay for our own health care. We can buy property in our own neighborhoods, guys. We can gentrify ourselves. But if we try to do it in the economy that exists now, that's plummeting, it's not going to work. But if we use Bitcoins, we will see a difference. Now, I wrote a book called Bitcoin for Black People that helps us understand that, but also helps us understand that wealth is no stranger to us. So let's just get back to what's rightfully ours. And then there are simple steps for starting. You want to know how to get started? Well, first thing, we say open a Gmail account so that your crypto world doesn't get mixed up in your other things. Then you want to open a digital wallet, okay? That wallet is going to hold your Bitcoin. Then you become a member of the MLS Bitcoin Club. So whoever told you to watch this video, they have a link for you to join, and you can join for free and find out about the company all day long for free before you make your move. Now, when you're ready, you want to add enough Bitcoin to your wallet that covers your $99 enrollment fee and your starter fee, that 0.0167, okay? Or whatever level you want to come in. And then you go ahead and purchase your MLS position, and you will make money very fast if you're doing all this with your 2 like-minded folks, okay? If you got 3 or 4, good too. Whether you're a church member, in a sorority or fraternity, you're gonna make a ton immediately if you have people already there and watch your money grow. So I would usually ask for questions at this point, but what I wanna say is please reach out to whoever had you watch this video and they will help you. I will help you, and we will walk you through starting your creation of your own home economy that you control by using Bitcoin. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Have a dynamic day and peace.